guys, it's Jovi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. How are y'all all doing today? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. I know I am. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Girl, I've been running around. Y'all know it's spring break in Brooklyn? Today, New York City, we got spring. Y'all got spring break too? Listen, I've been running around trying to get things done. If you do not know, my baby birthday is next Monday. So we've been getting things popping, okay? Oh my gosh. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, okay? I am having a spectacular day, okay? Before we even begin today's show, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm Jovi Beauty. I'm Jovi Beauty on all platforms. Please follow, please subscribe. I got something to tell y'all in a second, but follow us on the IG where I post the pretty pictures. I will be posting a lot of pretty pictures tonight. Okay, so if y'all don't follow, make sure y'all follow. Go ahead and follow me on the Blue Sky and the TikTok as well. I will be posting today. Okay, all week is about to turn up. Go to my website, jovibeauty.com, to get you one of our dope ass pieces of merch. We got sweaters, we got scarves, and apparently we're gonna have a lot more other shit because I'm gonna be starting to import more shit from China since we just, whatever. Nonetheless, last but not least, do not forget you can always do what? Donate to the channel. All donations are thoroughly appreciated. I'm about to put these earrings on. Okay, so y'all, wait, I forgot. Don't forget you can always donate to the channel. It is thoroughly appreciated, y'all. Y'all, why the hell in exactly 1 week I'm about to have a 16-year-old? In exactly 1 week. She is no longer a baby. She's a big girl. And I'm bugging out. But that's neither here nor there. Listen, I want to let y'all know, the people who follow me, okay? If you follow me on the social medias, the IG or whatever, you're going to see tonight, okay? Your girl just got tickets, okay? I just got tickets for the new, I hope these are the, okay, for the new movie with Michael B. Jordan, Sinners, okay? I'm going to the freaking New York City premiere tonight, okay? I am so excited. That's why I'm sitting here in curlers right now because my curls can't have the day drop. They gotta be fresh, okay? Your girl is going to the New York City premiere, and I am so freaking excited. Okay, all right, listen. All right, yeah, let's put on some grown-up earrings this morning. All right, y'all. So don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Hey, mommy, how are you? How are you? How are you? Okay. Yes, girl, I am so excited. I am so excited. If you know anything about me, I love horror movies. So this is it. I was already planning on going on Friday, but I just got these tickets to the premiere, and I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to wear. I think I have it. I think I got an idea. I'm going to wear we'll see. We got to dressed like it's the 30s or some shit. I'm about to wear my trench coat and shit. I was gonna wear my big ass cowgirl hat. I'm thinking about it. Y'all gonna see on the pictures later on the IG. Okay, I'll let you know on IG, and I will be probably doing a recap of the movie, and I will probably drop that on Friday when the movie comes out. Okay, FYI. All right. I love a good horror movie, Vin. Love it. All right, y'all. So, what's going on? I've been telling y'all for a while, okay? I've been saying this for a while, but specifically the last couple of months. And I've been telling y'all, if y'all don't understand the Asians, you weren't paying attention in school, okay? If you weren't paying attention in school, you weren't paying attention to the Asians around you, okay? Every last one of them is turned up, okay? I don't know why anybody is surprised as to why they are doing what they are currently doing all over social media. If you know any of them personally, they turn up and they say it with their chest, especially the Chinese. They say it with their chest, everything, and they don't be giving a fuck. Okay? So now again, I want to always preface these sort of conversations with the fact that, you know, I maybe a little bit know what I'm talking about. I went to a fashion school. I went to FIT. I have a whole degree in international trade, a whole one. Okay. I know how to source. I know how to do all that. That's how I get my stuff. I know how to do it on the good, right? Listen, China just exposed how you do it on the good, okay? Because everybody that I know, people I went to school with, whatever, they know these things already, okay? They just exposed it for the world to freaking see. And I am here for it because, oh baby, okay? We will never win. I said this Friday and I'll say it again. We will never win a tariff war. We will never win anything against these Asians because they, okay, will get their asses and go to war in flip-flops, running on rice. Okay? Okay? They was in war fighting during monsoons. These hoes can't even deal with tornadoes. Okay? They were fighting in wars during monsoons, running on rice and flip-flops. Okay? If that ain't teach you nothing, I don't know what else. Even if you don't know anything about the history of Asia, okay, that alone should let you know what kind of time they're on. Okay, and the explosion is so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Okay, it's so disgusting in the form of they are exposing what Black people have been saying about this country forever. They're exposing how ghetto and third world America is. We've been talking about it for like 2 weeks, and I've been telling y'all, I pulled up the definition of third world country because one of our commenters was confused. I get it. Just like every country, we think our country is the best, okay? Our country is trash, okay? I'm going to play some of these videos, but like one of the guys said, when they started doing this exchange thing, they destroyed the middle class here. And China implemented so much shit to help their citizens. We think they live, I don't know what the fuck we think, how the fuck we think the Chinese live. Okay, we think they live like middle America, and they don't. They live better than fucking New Yorkers and Californians times 10. Okay? They can afford their rent. They got universal health care, aka the infrastructure is popping. So to sit here and think that China, of all places, is a third world country and we are so fucking better, that is white supremacy at its fucking finest. And I guess if you want to be one of them people and think that came from somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe Mars. Maybe that's why they're trying to get back. I don't know. So I'm going to say the people who've been here for thousands of years and can prove it. They probably have the oldest civilization besides Africans. Okay, we've been here. They've been here. And they said they will be around. You see the people in the interview trying to say, oh, but you could lose. They have been around for thousands of years. And they will be around thousands of years after America's not here no more. And they call this place something else. And it's fucking insanely. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Sit back, stand back, and let the white people fight each other. And let the Asians tell them about themselves. Because it's a beautiful thing. All right. So listen, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to pull up Twitter. Because China been on it. Okay. Let's pull up Twitter and see what's happening on Twitter. Because these niggas are stupid. They are stupid. They are so stupid. They dropping videos. China, again, if you know anything about the Chinese, you would know that they are troll central. They will hand you your ass verbally. Okay, that's how they are. It is what it is. They will hand you your ass. Okay, they showing all the flags, all the MAGA flags. Let's.
Of course you do.
Let's listen to what Sir got to say. Hold on. Let me turn my audio because I can't hear her. Hold on. Drink my water, hydrate, since I'm gonna be in the wild, wild west tonight.
For the past more than 30 years, we have been OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. But for this, I am not proud because we were only making our wages. The profit margin for the people who are actually making the bags are very low. What I'm really proud of is that first, we have the best quality control. Two, we have the best craftsmanship. You know, Chinese craftsmen are always intelligent and diligent. Three, we have the most complete supply chain. We always get what we want, like zippers, accessories of any kind, any color, and leathers immediately. Now, as the USA and its little European brothers are trying to refuse Chinese goods, don't you think luxury brands are not trying to move their OEM out of China? Yes, they did, but they failed because the OEM factories out of China, they don't have good quality control and they don't have as good craftsmanship. Their workers are either too expensive or too lazy. Three, they don't have any supply chain. They always have trouble getting leather or zippers or any accessories. That is why they failed, and that is why we will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you. Do you recognize this style?
So OEM, for those who don't know, OEM is basically the people who have the shit to put the stuff together. Like the E is equipment. So it's like that's where you get all the shit from. Okay. OEMs are normally, again, Asia, Africa, whether that's pieces for phone, you know, those things they be digging up in the ground. Side note, we know that the dude from Baramfusa, if I fucked it up, that was not on purpose, okay? That he is working with the entire continent to tell the EU and America to go F themselves. We ain't giving you shit. And if we are giving it to you, you paying retail price. Okay, hello. Like, I've been saying this for about anybody with common sense. Come on now. Let's continue. Come on now. The ignorancy of, hold on, I want to see more of the videos. Let me adjust this a little bit. Hold on. The ignorancy of Americans, white Americans, period. White people, a little white people, but the Americans of all. Like, what? Let me find this shit. I'm gonna find it. This dude was like, oh, hold on. Let me find out. This dude was like, wait, not this one. Hold on, here's another one. Hold on, let me pull it up. I've been watching this shit all weekend, giggling.
Accessories for those luxury brands like Chanel, Estee Lauder, L'Oreal. You're saying you're the supplier behind all these beauty accessories for those big luxury brands? La Brea, MAC, Chanel, Bobbi Brown, and even Rosewood Hotel. Last week.
Yo, let me know. Let me know if y'all want me to import some of these products, okay, and put it on the site. Let me know. Because I will. Let me know, okay? If we cool with that, because I'm cool with that. Let me know what y'all think, because I'll start. Listen.
We could also basically order Loistan. Yeah, the comb like 20,000. The comb, like color. Now show me your factory. Show me the production line. Here, this is our cutting room. So you can see the machine. Here's claw clip and the here comb there. After cutting, we can take the claw clips out like this. Here's our molding area. Take off the plate. After make the mold, mock the shape so we can upsell include the spray and the flower accessories.
This is like the final touch up. You have to polish and check like the
defective.
Quality control.
Here's our coating plate. On the surface, we will spray a drawn effect. Here's our painting plate. Here is one of our warehouse. Here is our material area. All the acid board we have ordered here.
So tell me, what is this? This is like PVC or acrylic?
Acetate material. The material is eco-friendly and more durable and flexible than PVC.
Let me tell you, this is just oh my gosh. Like I said, I know these things. A lot of people, they're making it so, and I'm loving it. Hold on, I want to see the dude. Oh, here he go. Here he go. This is who I wanted to show you specifically. Okay. Because he ain't told one lie. And it's fucking, it's just, it's like looking at idiots. Like we're watching this. We, the 92, we know. But for other people here who live in their bubble, who have not left their county in whatever part of bumfuck America they live in ever in their fucking lives, like the audacity to be talking about the Asians, the audacity to be talking about China, the nerve and the gall. Okay, even in Asian, especially Chinese rural areas, their middle America, their extension of middle America, they pump so much money into the education of their children. That alone, while America is simultaneously destroying the board of education and thinking, I gotta say this, and thinking that we're going to bring manufacturing back when, like, the people, like all the ladies were saying, the craftsmanship, the work ethic, they ain't got it here. Especially the middle America. The middle America's people don't got it, because if they had it, they'd have had enough sense not to vote for their destruction. Okay? So they ain't got it. They couldn't make the fucking hair clips or sew the stitching to save their damn lives. Because if they could at least do that, then they would at least have enough be able to have rational thought. But again, and I've said this before, I'm not the only one who said this, the racism of American people, white people in general, but American white people specifically, is why this country can't ever be shit. We should be really the best nation. We should be, but we're not. Our infrastructure is trash. Everything is trash. Y'all, the amount of people who've been fired alone in the last 2 months is insane. And unlike Asia, whatever money they quote unquote is saving from Doge is not being pumped into education, not for y'all. Social services or anything. The Asians pay the women to have babies. Did y'all know that? They get a stipend. They get money every year for like the first 4 or 5 years. They got a stipend. And you can't make this shit up. All right, let's go. I am so embarrassed. But let's listen.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs ship your job to China.
Yeah.
Not for diplomacy, not for peace.
For money.
But to explore cheap labor.
For them. Yep.
And in the process, they hollow out.
And in the process, I got to stop it. I can't help it. And in the process, unlike back in the days when they, the owner of the company was paying people livable wages, right? They were making maybe 5-10 times what their employees were making. Now, Jeff Bezos is making over 1,000 times what his employees are making daily. And the Asians, even though the Asians live well, they ain't broke. Them rich people got money. They pay their employees because it's all about building up their society. They pay them well. Even they are able to buy nice shit. If you don't know, back in like the 90s, early 2000s, probably to like 2010, why do you think gentrification popped off so hard in Brooklyn? You want to know why? Because back then, the late 90s up until like the 2010s and probably up until now, these Asian people who were coming up off them sending these middle American jobs over there started buying out these condos and co-ops and shit I'm just talking about New York City, in the city for their babies who some of them weren't even born yet. That's why the middle American white people who used to move to New York and could go live in Manhattan like Carrie fucking Bradshaw, that's why they asses living in Brooklyn now and the Bronx and shit and trying to gentrify us because the Asians own, I don't know, probably about 10% of the property market here. The Asians that don't even live here, that live in China. They bought it. Okay? If you don't know, that's a little bit of history. If you don't know. And while their economy was on the rise, these niggas voted for it. Not these niggas, these white people. They voted for it in the hopes that the 1 or 2 black people in their town does not, or that they might have seen on while they were driving, don't get any sort of benefit. They voted for their own destruction. They voted to make sure their children, their boys and especially their girls, couldn't get out of the poverty that they're in, because they would rather stay in their poverty than risk your ass being able to feed your fucking family. Woo! Got him.
Your middle class, crash your working class, and told you to be proud.
Mm-hmm.
While they sold your future for profit.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, China made money.
Yes, they should.
We used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty,
mm-hmm.
fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people.
Yep.
My family also benefited from it.
Yep.
What did your oligarchs do? They
sending their kids. A lot of these Asian kids you see, even these Indians coming up, they just need to work on their R-word problem. The government funds half of them to come here, get their education, and now they don't even want to do that. Come here, fund their education. I know I'm stopping him, but we'll get back to him. To get their education, to come up or to go back home and take it. And now they don't even want to do that. Y'all know my kid goes to one of these great New York City schools. Side note, we spoke about her earlier. Let's speak a little bit. She goes to one of the best schools in New York City. Let's speak on this a little bit. The seniors graduated. I told y'all, when she goes to one of the smaller schools, it's a decent percentage of kids going overseas. Canada, Scotland, the UK, China. And Trump is Trump is attacking all our higher institutions. I guess to dumb, and I get it. I get why he would want to do it, to dumb everyone down. No research, you have nothing. Destroying all our research schools. For our kids to even achieve, they have to go away. Y'all know me. and y'all know I'm crazy. Y'all, if you've been here since boarding school time, you know I go extra hard. I was doing research all day yesterday. And we was already looking into certain schools overseas, but like literally doing research and seeing, okay, how get the process of getting my kid in there, the application, because that's where all the parents with kids, all the parents with common sense are sending their kids. It's shameful. Because you can't even hope that your kid would be able to have the same opportunities in 5 years in America that they would have had 5 years ago, even at a fucking Harvard. See, the thing is, and this is like how we say about AI, right? AI could never be great because a lot of it is baselined in discrimination and bias, because those are the people who are making it, right? If the education system or even the research, right? You can't do research in America, or the government won't help you do funding. If it's all biased, it doesn't mean anything. It's the equivalent of the witch trials back in the day. And what happened during those times? Civilization crashed. Well, civilization will continue in the world. America, not so much. You know what I was thinking? I keep telling my homeboy this, and I mean this shit, but I'm gonna tell y'all. You know how we watch like the Mad Max back in the day, or Hunger Games, right? Hunger Games. Think about Hunger Games. You know what I think? I think during like Hunger Games, the rest of the world was still moving like normal. The rest of the world, flying planes, and Americans locked into America with this wall that they had in Hunger Games, were living like make America great again, while the rest of the world was moving on and evolving. Just like Mad Max. The rest of the world, I don't think the rest of the world in those movies, the rest of the world was still moving. The rest of the world was still moving and still evolving. And America was stuck in the destruction that whiteness will eventually create here. Oh, I see. I got a donation. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. Thank you so much. All donations are thoroughly appreciated. Super chats, Cash App, all that good stuff. I did tell y'all that my daughter's birthday next Monday, right? It's next Monday. I hate these kids. All right, let's go. Let's continue.
Or yachts, private jets,
they bought
mansions
yachts
with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodge tax, and pour billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave property made in China, while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs fit your lies. Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
Yeah. There's also this professor. He's from Princeton. I can't remember his name right now. He's a black professor, but he's been all over because they've been running his clip. And he called the spade. Y'all know I love Princeton, but listen, they fucking with Princeton too. I don't know. My baby going overseas. I can't deal with this shit. But this black professor from Princeton, and I believe he's a political science professor, and he was speaking on like the real crux of these issues. And this is what needs to be dealt with. And like everybody is pussyfooting around. Okay, everybody is trying to talk about eggs and dumb shit and when the reality is that these people did not want to vote for a Black woman. That these people keep America subpar because they don't want their Black citizens to have anything. That these people want to destroy history. Because if you actually dealt with history, hey, they want to say they built this bitch or this side of the world, but from the top to the fucking bottom, history told you who built this bitch from the top to the fucking bottom. They are literally sitting up dying every day from cancers and things that could have been maybe eradicated. That could have been eradicated because they refuse to allow your grandmama to be able to get her high blood pressure medicine. So then they can't get it. I swear to God. Stupid is as stupid does. The reality is that America, and we've been saying it, and it ain't on us. It ain't never been on us. And the world knows it. Honestly, the world fucking knows it. Everybody, even these idiots, regardless if they want to acknowledge it or whatever, they know it. Their racism is the reason why their children can't get out of bumfuck Mississippi. Their racism is the reason why their children can't get into colleges. Their mediocrity and their dependence on being mediocre, because they're linked on Caucasian, is why this shit is shit. And it will continue to be shit until, like how Germany did, they deal with, really call it out, stop pussyfooting around. It's kind of saying it. Don't want to offend, because I know a nice white lady. That ain't gonna help this country. Ain't gonna help none of us. We stuck. Hopefully we can send our kids. I hope y'all in agreement. We sending our kids out of here. They keep doing what they doing. I'll give y'all help. Y'all know I help y'all. We sending our the fuck out of here. They going to college out there. We sending them over there. Because the fact that, just think about it. They're literally willing to destroy Harvard, Princeton. I heard you, Chicago, up on the deck, Duke. The best schools in America. They're willing to destroy the best schools in America so they can continue with their delusion of being better. I heard there was a fist fight at the DCA, FAA. One of them, it was a fist fight. Why do you think it was a fist fight? I know why it was a fist fight. Let's think if we can figure out why was there a fist fight. Because they put a bunch of idiots in charge. Like I said, they fired everybody until they got to a white Christian national man. And he's an idiot because white Christian nationals, half of them don't believe in science. Half of them ain't got the common sense God gave them. For you to be that overtly racist means that you don't have the mental capacity to deal with a job like that. Period. End of story. Racists aren't able to be in those positions successfully. Because your racism is a blind spot, like the Asians are trying to tell them. Like that last dude we was watching trying to tell them. Your racism will allow you to send all of your work to China. because your Republican congressmen told you to stick it to the 3% of niggas that live in your town. Your racism is why you don't have hospitals in your area and have to drive an hour to an emergency room. Racism. Until the space, I keep going back to this. When Hillary Clinton called these hoes deplorable, she should have doubled and tripled down on it. Her apologizing, and I've said this, and I'll say this to the day I die. Her apologizing made them feel like it wasn't what it was. And we got this here. She should have stood on them being deplorable. Stop pretending like any of that shit isn't what it is because you don't want to shake the box or because you're white yourself and you would have to deal with who the people who raised you are. They don't want to do that. So we'll just destroy the country, you know. Because if the choice is reckoning with the racism of America and dealing with that, or the destruction of the country, well, then we're just going to have to destroy the country. That's their mindsets. That's their mindsets. You can't tell me your willingness to destroy your own country to keep certain people down is a form of high intelligence. They want to know their birth rates is in hell. Your birth rates is in hell because of all of this. Birth rates might not be in hell if you didn't destroy this country. Everybody would have had a house. Everybody would have had a nice car. Rent wouldn't be 4 times your income. Because you created a situation where these CEOs feel like they could get 1,000 times profit while their workers are making $9.99 an hour. Well, you know, not $9.99. I think it's like $19 now. I don't know. Anyway, let's hit up. Let's shout out the people who donated, because I heard my phone buzz. Let's hit up the thank you button. Okay. Thank you, DC. She said, let's donate to the great content and smash that like button. Thank you, DC. Chang. Change the rules. Thank you so much, DC. You are thoroughly appreciated. All donations are so helpful. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Let me deal with this. Let me deal with this first. Thank you so much. Hold on, wait. Thank you, Nadi. Nadi donated. Thank you, Nadi. She said, she donated. She said, for giving us the education we all need. Thank you, Nadi. Cha-chang. Hold on. I'm coming right now. Cha-chang. Change the rules. Thank you, Nadi, so much for your donation. All donations are thoroughly appreciated. Y'all see Cash App, Super Chat, Zelle. All of it is appreciated, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Okay. I have to bank out for this 16-year-old, and she is a bill. She just begging me for shit right as soon as I looked at my phone. Begging. Jesus. These teenagers. Anyway. Where are we? We're at 39 minutes. You know what? I think I'm gonna make the Carmelo story separate, because this is, I think I'm gonna make the Carmelo story separate. She said they did that to Tasha. Okay, what are we talking about here? Let's go into these comments. Let me stop sharing. Hold on. I'm going to drop the link. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop the commercial. And while I'm dropping the commercial, I'm also going to drop the link. I have enough time to come back after. We'll try to finish in a good 20, 25 minutes. I have enough time to come back after. We're probably going to get back into the Carmelo story, but I want to separate it. This is political news. I want to separate it. Okay. So let me drop this commercial break real fast. And then when I come back, we'll go into the comments. And if anybody click the link, please come up. Tell me what you think about what's going on. Child, I need to find out. If I can get them hydropods. I want to do some shit. You know, they grow shit. You know, y'all know I've been stalking it on Amazon and on the regular website. I wonder what I can get that shit from China. Because it's probably, if it's made in China, bitch, I'm not. Let's talk about that after the commercial break. All right. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to be importing the it ain't even bootleg at this point. Let me know, because I can do it. And y'all know y'all can all order from the Joe. Hey guys, don't forget to go to my website, jovibeauty.com, where our items are not only sourced and procured with you in mind, but also with what's going to be dope this upcoming season. All right. So go to my website, jovibeauty.com, get you a new scarf, get you a new mug, get you something cute, and support the channel. It is greatly. Okay, 1 second, y'all. I hate when they do this. Come on. Oh my God. I'll deal with this shit later. It's just pissing me off. All right. Can we get back to fucking YouTube, you fucking douche? Sorry, y'all. I hate when they do this. Come on. How much fucking times? You know what? I'm gonna leave it. Okay. We're back. It's just, or my computer, for whatever reason, keeps trying to sign me out. Okay, cool. I was just making sure it was, let's give me 1 second. I'm making sure it was, everything is okay. Because like, it just really just tried to sign me out. It didn't try, it did. While I'm streaming, which is crazy. Okay, guys. For a party, I'll go with Noah. Jesus Christ. She's 16, y'all. Well, a week. Let me drop the link. I forgot to drop the link. My bad. All right. Let's jump into these comments. It's about to start learning the language of Chinese and find me a Chinese man. Listen. Y'all know I ain't against the Asians. I'm not against the Asians. You know, Black women and Chinese and Asian men marriages last long as shit too, right? It's white men, Asian men, they last long as shit. Especially the Asian men, because we talk shit, they talk shit, we talk shit together. All right. Let's go. Word. She said they hate their citizen and treat their military as assets for the rich men's war. Yeah. That's why, yeah. And until it's squashed, it will always be that way. And we know that. That's why we are sitting our fine asses the fuck home and making fucking focaccia. I'm gonna make focaccia this week. Make a focaccia. Shout out to the ladies that the black women that are like, you know what? I ain't got time for y'all foolishness. I'm gonna worry about me right now. They out here making focaccia, and now I want to make me focaccia. Okay, I normally buy my focaccia. I want to make focaccia. Let's make focaccia. She said, yeah, and it will keep falling into the garbage can until they address that. Nothing they can do will change it. Even if we all as Black Americans get up and say we going to Africa and there's no more black or brown, anybody else here, this just shit, it will just crash faster. Because the common sense done left. The people who actually do the do, gone. The people who actually have to work for the positions that they get, gone. She said people online said China was working for poverty wages. I'm like, y'all don't understand, those wages are only poverty in the U.S. They can afford everything they need over there with their wages. Yes. Yeah. And even with the wages we get here, we still can't afford an apartment. Half of the people still can't afford shit. What are they talking about? Poverty. These people are living amazing. They're living fantastical. Our number one anonymous just donated. Shout out to our number one anonymous. She know who she is. She said, for hating hoes in the back, hit the like. Y'all know our number one anonymous be turning it up. Shout out to her, okay? It's about to start learning Chinese. Hold on. She said, yes, LOL. That shit's real. It's crazy, but Jovi Beauty one them. Okay. I'm going to start, I've already thought about this. Don't get me wrong. I've thought about it. Because again, I've thought about it. I know people who are in China. I went to school with it. Again, they send their kids here, and they go back. I went to school with people who are in China. Shanghai out this bitch. Girl, I can get it. I'll pay the tariffs. Because at the end of the day, if I get it, depending on what it is, and I pay the tariffs, so what? If I can get something for $5 that's selling America for $100, and I pay the $7 tariff, which is crazy. Even if I triple the price, that's $30, $40. And y'all know I got the Jovi Beauty labels. I pop that bitch right up on there. Watch me do it. Oh, listen, y'all ain't saying nothing but a thing. The hair clips, all of that. I will make it work. We got another one. We also have a Divine is up. Give me 1 second, Divine. She said, for a good episode. Thank you so much. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. You know what? Because again, I know that your name is different on the thing, and I don't be wanting to say your name here. Okay. I don't know where it is, but thank you. I believe it's Canva. I might be wrong. Thank you for your donation. It is thoroughly appreciated. Okay. Our number one anonymous just sent another $5 to remind me. Cha-chang, chang. She needed her shimmy, y'all. Cha-chang, chang. Cha-chang, chang. Change the rules. Change the rules. Thank you, number one anonymous. And to also, I believe this is Canva. I might be wrong. If it is, I will fix it. But thank you so much for your donations. It is, like I said, everything counts. And I got a teenager. So all donations are shit. We're gonna run this up. We're gonna get them products, and we're gonna run up the beauty school store at this point. Okay. But for now, we got the Vine up. Hey D.
Hey darling, how are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm sorry I'm speaking so loud, child. I was because StreamYard was bugging. I had to log in on my laptop. But I said, oh no, this discussion about China. I had to get over here, child. First and foremost, darlings, thank you so much for your donations and your cash apps to our dear one here, a Black woman content creator. Please support Black women content creators.
Thank you.
And don't forget, she's selling those mugs, and I do believe you still got the bonnet.
I still got the bonnets.
Okay, because y'all in y'all rest era. See, you can't be bothered with what's going on with terrorists when you told they dumbass not to vote for this man.
Mm-hmm.
Losing their farms, and I'm here, and you're listening to these. In Nebraska and in Dakota, they talking about, we're losing our farms. I was like, you voted for him the first time, you voted for him the second time, you voted for him the third time. I'm sorry, but there's a tariff on imports of empathy. I can't afford empathy right now. I'm in my rest era.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So when JD Vance is buying up your farms that are going through bankruptcy, well, just understand you voted for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and that's another thing. You see all of these people, the Caucasians, the clear people, the others, over talking about their regrets. They're only doing that for the engagement. Stop engaging with them.
Stop engaging with them.
I need to see your ass poor. I need to, because they hate, they were just 6 months on TikTok talking about how it bothers them when they see a Black person, specifically a Black person, that's doing better than them.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a lot of the hate, again, that led them to offshore all your jobs over to China for manufacturing, offshore all of your jobs to India for IT support and call centers and collections, all of your jobs. And now you barely can get a job. They want to remove all of the social barriers to poverty to keep you, the American people as a collective, but to keep you in a permanent underclass status. And I think it's time for us to understand basic economics, not just as it relates to tariffs, but as far as the social, the financial classes, the upper class, middle class, and the poor, and working poor and the poor. There has not been a middle class in this country for about 20 years.
Yep.
Go sit down somewhere, Bernie Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I heard, I think that was the TYT network. They keep going off on Kamala, because she is establishment. AOC has been in Congress now for what, 8, 9, 10 years now. She's establishment. Bernie Sanders has been in Congress since, in the Senate, since Jesus was on the main line, since Jesus was hanging on the cross, since old school Jesus of the Galilee, okay? He's establishment, okay? None of them are talking about the racism that white people, the miseducation of white people, that you are somehow grand, that you are somehow better than everybody else. China just showed you that you wasn't.
Yep. Agreed. Yep.
Okay.
And that's why the Bernies will fail. That's because they don't want to deal with the reality of who they are.
It's not that racism is propagated by the fact that white people don't have enough jobs. They're telling you when you're doing better than them that they still have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay. And really, I think it's time for Black people to start putting down the phones when you're being harassed by Karens in a public space. It's time to put down the phones and start putting boots in asses. Okay. Some people, you have to speak their language. Okay. Sometimes that language is violence, and I'm okay with that. These hands is rated E for everybody, and I don't make this. I'm at the point now where, because I know people want to talk about the little young guy in Texas. I think his name is Carmelo. Okay, and I understand that, but I need for Black women to start to act when you see these things. What are Black men going to do about it?
Not a damn thing.
Okay, but it needs to be repetitious. Y'all should have been asking this question ever since Trayvon Martin. Okay, what are Black men going to do about this? Okay, because somebody going to an Italian neighborhood and do something to somebody, it's not the women that are marching. It's not the women that are seeking revenge or seeking solutions. It's the men in those communities.
Yeah.
The same thing with the Ashkenazi Jews. The same things with the Latinos, the Latinas, the Cubanos. Okay, I know y'all busy right now hiding from ICE. You know that's not my battle to fight. You voted for this. Okay, so I'm happy that Black people are embracing, they're digging into their petty bags with those types of situations, because everybody's looking at Black people. Oh, you're trying to find Black people to blame. And it's like those white people over there that put this man in office, everybody understood the assignment. That's why Pete Hegseth, or what have you, the Secretary of Defense, he's been spending more time combing through the website to remove valid Black leaders and contributors to the military. Okay. And what did he just do? I think this week, all Maya Angelou books have been removed from the military library, but Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler was added.
Hegwork is a Nazi. He has a Nazi tattoo all over his chest. Well, we know this, regardless of the tattoos or not. And continue, but Divine, we do have 2 more people. FYI, just saying.
I'm gonna wrap it up.
Finished up, yeah.
Okay, but as it relates to China, China is, the man said we've been around for 5,000 years, and the majority of those years, the U.S. was never in existence. So we'll be just fine.
I said that shit on Friday.
China is not. China has been prepared. I'm going to end with this, because China, 40 years ago, China was having famine.
Yeah.
And look at China now, because
now they having lobsters on a Tuesday. Okay.
You don't hear the men over there complaining about 50-50, do you? No, because they showing up to first dates with jewelry. Yeah, y'all need to get over. I'm not telling Black women to go to no doggone China, because look, there's a whole nother social culture, a socialization over there. But it is advantageous. It really, y'all group of men is going to be the South Koreans. Those men, they want them a Meg the Stallion, okay? So, and they appreciate, they getting ready for you. They having phalloplasties. But outside of that, I need for Black people to understand it's okay for you to punch back. We have been conditioned that when it look at the terrible Rackett situation. Everybody's so focused about the negative connotated things he said about Black women, which were degenerative, and I'm happy he's in the ground where he belongs. He's somewhere burning in hell right next to the kitten heels, okay? But there was one other thing that he said, that he wouldn't fight a white dude, but he'll beat the brakes off of a Black man. That is the mindset of Black men right now. That is what they've been conditioned to do.
They're weak.
And that's why you have all of these neo-Nazis and government officials spending your tax dollars, because we have to understand if these white people aren't working and they're all getting subsidies and they're all getting welfare, who the hell is paying for that? Our Black asses. Because the propaganda has been that we don't work, and we're the ones that have been working. Yep. So on that note, it's time for us to put boots in asses. Okay, y'all have a good day. Hit that Cash App. Darling, love you, darling.
Thank you. All right, we got Nadi, and then we got Hey, Naughty. And then we got
Hey,
our angry public servant. Go ahead, Naughty.
hey, Jovi. Thank you so much for this live today. Like, cause our people need to hear it. The way they're playing in our face. All right, but this is who they wanted for president, right? Project 2025 in full effect. Okay, and China sunned us. They sunned us. China has been ahead of us for years. All
Yep.
right. We still working with snow plows over here, and they got water that shoots out of the streets when it snows with warm water. And we couldn't figure that out.
Go, yo, Naughty. When COVID started, I was literally on watching China. They had a 24-hour view of them building a hospital in 6 fucking days.
Days. China sunned us, okay? I was just talking about it this morning, Jovi, because the beauty supply stores are nervous because where does all our weave and our wigs come from? China, right? And they talking about the markup of the tariff. Let me tell you, we got a whole strip of beauty supply stores by me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I done watch them build their whole family fortune. I done watch their generations rotate the store, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like the younger ones are running it now, right? And then they go back home. How come every other culture can come over here, build up their family legacy, generational wealth, and go back home? But we can't seem to figure that out for ourselves right here in America. At the end of the day, they white supremacy delusion is gonna shoot themselves in the foot ultimately. And
It's
see,
been
Trump
happening
showed y'all
for
who he
about 40,
was.
50. It's been happening for about 40, 50.
Right. He showed y'all who he
After
was.
Vietnam War, it was over.
Right.
China said, "Oh, you want to play? I'm gonna show you how you play capitalism," and they ain't stopped.
And look, they went and got all our soldiers slaughtered. Now, my stepdad was a double Purple Heart veteran. He did Vietnam. He said when he left, he was patriotic. When he came back, he dealt with so much racism.
Yep.
And he said they set us up for the slaughter. They wasn't prepared for that jungle life, okay? How you gonna go in somebody else's country and tell them about their country? And they sit up there high, they creating bushes around their gear so they can blend it. You know what I mean?
They like
Slaughtering.
this.
This has been
It's a
going on for years.
and they just for 8 hours waiting. What?
Right. And he
These
was like, it was
motherfuckers
not
here
worth it.
can't do shit.
Right. Right. Wake up, people. Like, let me tell you something. I remember Trump's first campaign when he said it's time to drain the swamp, and he couldn't get to it the first round, and he back for round 2. And he gonna make sure he bankrupt everybody.
Yep.
You only as good as your last favor with that man, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Until he don't have no use for you, you are disposed of like last week's trash.
Yep.
All right. And he is pushing the white agenda.
Of course.
That's why you think he went and became a Christian in the Bible Belt and all like that. He is pushing the white agenda. That's all he care about. People need to wake up. I know I'm looking for dual citizenship somewhere else outside of America. Like this ain't it no more. I think I've opened my eyes, and I think I could live well elsewhere. My money will go further and everything. I'm tired of working and making somebody else rich. Okay, I'm over it.
I agree. Can't even, like you said, there's no middle class. I was speaking to somebody this weekend, and they were like, here, the MTA, now you don't need a college degree. I remember growing up, my uncles and my dad, they were all city workers. They bought houses. They was able to buy buildings here in New York. They were able to do all of this. Now I got cousins that, they were following in their father's footsteps. They don't want to work there no more. They fucking them over. They can't even retire to 70. They, you need, of course, because they can't get no people with any common sense to work the train. Now, so when the trains is fucking crashing into everything and everything fucked up,
Why you think the planes crashing everywhere? They can't afford to keep up with them. The maintenance. Hello. Like, look at what's going on. And I feel you, Jovi. Like, cause like my family was working class. Like all my family in Philly, they all own their homes. They all work for the city or whatever. But now in in New Jersey, they make it damn near impossible to even buy. Like I'm one of the lucky ones where my stepfather was a veteran and in his service paid for our home. We don't have no taxes. We don't have no mortgage. But like, we not selling. Are you kidding me? We'll be crazy.
Yeah.
We can't go nowhere and live like we live now.
Yeah, that's why I was saying for the last 20 years, all the people I knew that was selling their mama house or selling their grandpa, they grandma house, all of the grandparents' house, all this shit, and now all these white people moved up in here. Now where you living?
Look,
now where you living? In a 2-bedroom apartment in my fucking building. Because you sold your grandma houses for pennies on a dollar.
I had to move back home, and it was an eye opener. And trust me, it was an adjustment. But when I started to look at my bank account and how it was growing, I said, "You know what, God? Thank you for blessing me with good parents that work hard to make sure we are good." You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a game out here at this point. But I'm looking abroad because there's plenty of other places I could live.
I'm out.
And
my
be comfortable.
kid, when I've set her up, she's the fuck out. When I say I've cut down the American school list to shit and been research, like she's out. And when she's out, I ain't gotta be here. When she's out,
Jovi, like, because the same school my oldest daughter went through, my youngest daughter went through, it went to hell, Jovi. To the point, like the teachers wasn't even teaching. They so busy trying to save their lives. They scared of the kids because the kids outnumber the teachers. I had to put my daughter in homeschooling. I couldn't take it over. Like, y'all not doing nothing. My kid not safe. She not getting the education. What are you here for?
Yeah.
Homeschool. Like at the end of the day, that's a lot more people are doing homeschooling as opposed to sending your kid to public school because it's not even safe no more. You don't know if one of these right-wing kids get up, GUN happy and decide to shoot up the school for the, you know what I mean? You don't know what's going on with these kids' minds. It's disgusting. But America is and more lately, and the older I get, I feel like my peace and my husband is outside of America. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you for having me, Jovi. Y'all donate to the channel. Make sure y'all like, share this out. People need to hear this message. America set us up to fail because they are greedy and jealous.
Yep.
Because they really dumb and they all bought their way through school. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Woo! Yes.
They really dumb.
That's why this fool is so gung-ho on the colleges because they wouldn't accept this stupid ass.
He's
and
stupid.
He's mad.
Trump
and now he's trying to fill a mediocre white man.
That's all it is.
Mediocre of them all.
Nepo babies living off their daddy wealth, okay? Trump can't even stay on the same thought in one sentence. Now y'all take that to the bank, okay? He's as sick as they all can get, okay? He showed y'all who he was, and this is who they wanted for president. So y'all gonna get what y'all get. And when all y'all are stuck paying your elderly parents medical bills and paying for their prescription out of pockets, and your kid, you can't even buy their way into the best school no more. I don't want to hear.
Schools ain't the best schools no more.
No, they not.
Once they take away all the research, and because if the research don't match up to your false realities, so garbage like in the toilet.
Their money only gonna go but so far, and only the closest people to Trump are gonna benefit. And trust me, he gonna cross them too when he can't make no money off of them. Trust Elon Musk, he using him as a tool, honey. Okay, that's all he is, a publicity stunt, and all it is. And right, Jovi, and I've been saying this. All it is, we're in this position right now, all because y'all didn't want to see a black woman become president. And the crazy part about it, Jovi, A lot of our black men voted for Trump because they didn't want to see a woman in the White House. And that's the reality for your behinds, okay? That's all it is. The sexism, the patriarchy was shooken. God forbid if a woman come in here and do it right. We not going to be able to do the fuckboy shit behind the scenes no more. We not going to be able to participate in them trafficking rings. Let's talk about it. Because we know who really feed in that industry. And I'm going to leave it there. I digress. Love you all. Have a great day.
Later, Dottie. All right, now we got our angry public servant. She about to come up here and tear it up. We got the tear-ups today, okay? Go ahead.
Hey. Okay, so Devon, you are a mess for saying that Bernie been around since Jesus was on the cross, sir. And the young lady that just was on when she brought up the Vietnam War and the racism. If y'all have not seen the movie Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise, it's an older movie, but
okay,
yeah, and Dead Presidents, you know, that touches on that type of shit that America didn't want to go into that war, but we're stupid and we did, and we got our asses whooped. So with China, you know, they ain't gonna fold because culturally they don't take that kind of disrespect being called peasants. And JD Vance had the nerve to say we borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy things manufactured by Chinese peasants. Are we not the peasants then? Because I mean, America, come on now. But
white America is the peasants of the world. Oh,
and it's fucked up. But I saw some very interesting intel on Bourbon Bougie's channel, a black female farmer.
I love Bourbon Bougie. Okay.
Yeah, she sent her some info on what she is seeing on the ground as a black farmer with the food supply. In short, we're fucked. She said that the shipments have been reduced greatly. So since everybody been grandmaing it up, hopefully everybody's prepared, you know, not being afraid of it, but we just got to be prepared. And we know that community building is the way. And not buying nothing. Like, I think that we should just crash the shit at this point because Trump is really, he's a jackass. We knew that. But his believers who think that he's like the second coming or whatever, they're so blind and pissed off that he's fucking their shit up that they can't even accept it.
Yeah.
Those people are fucking dangerous to me and they're liars because I told you I cut off some people and they were all, oh, I can barely afford groceries, so that's why I voted for them. When I asked them how much shit was around their way, now all of a sudden you don't look at prices. So I look at prices. So was it about groceries or just your fucking anger at you being mediocre and not getting the shit that you want? So, you know, and China, they just exposed the fashion industry, which they know that. That's why we've been on DHgate buying knockoffs for the decades at this point. Like, why would I get a Louis Vuitton when I could get the same material, just not the fucking label? Like, who gives a damn? When them ladies came to
the same fucking factory with the same material, the same stitching, the same buttons, the same
the same every damn thing. They just don't have Louis Vuitton. And you know, I did see some of the comments because I'm over here fooling around with my yarn stash trying to get my mom's gift made. But yeah, they can afford their shit. When that red app came and Americans started peeping around, like, okay, what China talking about? They were like, y'all paying how much for ambulance rides? Like this, they're like, y'all not no civilized country. Like, you know, and China, they have a long history, just like Homeboy said, we've been here 5,000 years, and most of that time, y'all motherfuckers did not exist.
Yep. So
the thing about it is, we had strong unions in manufacturing at some point, but as the years and decades went on, and particularly under Satan himself, Ronald Reagan,
He did away with a lot of unionization, crushed it.
He did away with a lot of shit. He created the baseline for all of this shit. He made it that you could have Fox Newses. That was him.
Yeah, what is it called?
They had to tell the truth.
Fairness doctrine or something like that. Mm-hmm. And that coincidentally, or that's around the time my stepdad had to join the army because he cut his survivor's social security down to like $70 a month. So he had to go serve in the military, and he was there when the Berlin Wall came down that was separated East and West Germany. And Trump, he thinks that American manufacturing is going to, or American businesses are going to go to Russia. But guess what happened the last time that happened? Them motherfuckers got shot like by the Russian mafia. They're not gonna. That Trump and Putin are the same motherfucker, except Putin knows what he's doing, and Trump does not. And you know, Trump, he's sitting here disrespecting other countries, saying they kissing his ass to make a deal. Sir, you are gonna fuck around with these crazy people in this country. Americans, we saw during COVID that we do not like not being able to buy shit and make money. That is all we are. We are the peasants. We're the consumerist peasants of the world. Mm-hmm. We're getting hoarded out.
Yes.
For our coin. And Elon Musk, I don't know if y'all saw his ass getting trolled on the video games because he swear he a gamer. He not.
I saw it. I was laughing. All over his face. He was about to cry.
Yeah, like a little bitch that he is. And I'm like, sir, you don't even go here. Like, you are an apartheid South African. And you bringing that poison over here, even though America has already been an apartheid state, especially during Jim Crow era. And I have been telling people, like, y'all need to listen to Black people. We are experts at dealing with the white supremacy in America because we didn't just get colonized. We got snatched up and we got stuck in the same country as our colonizers.
Yeah.
So that's why I was looking at Latinos for Trump. I'm like, y'all just refuse to fucking listen to our Black asses. We told y'all they don't fucking fuck with you. Literally 90 years ago, there was a big repatriation with Mexican Americans. They were snatching up U.S. citizens who were of Mexican descent, sending them back to a country that they don't fucking know. And also, again, during the Eisenhower administration, another huge, I think it was called Operation Wetback. Mm-hmm. He was doing the same thing, all this snatching people up and sending them to a country that they did not know. And, you know, I mean, and it's so obvious here that if you're not white, that's who they're after.
Yeah.
And I think because Black people been here, and we're the experts at this, we already know that our time for them to start picking on us is coming. They ain't ever stopped.
Yeah.
But we also are just as gunned up and pissed off at these people as well. And I'm like, you might want to leave our little 14% of the population alone because we're to the point now where we want revenge. Fuck equality, separate but equal, all that shit. Because even when that happened, Black people who got integrated into these schools, they still got treated like shit and had less education. So we don't want to fucking hear it. When they was all crying like, oh, he made segregation legal, we were like, we knew that was coming. They never wanted us a part of white society anyway.
Yep.
We knew that. And it baffles me when
them shows them and that we are better than them. And they can't live in their delusion with their coworker being Black next to them,
running circles
around them.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, I'm an angry public servant. Black people thrived in government work, and that's why the DC area was Chocolate City, because all the Black people went there when they figured out, oh, I could get a job and they can't harass me legally. Great. And now they're trying to do away with that avenue of working. And I believe Elon Musk said something about, well, government workers, they can just go work in coal mines and manufacturing. Bitch, what manufacturing? It's not coming back. It's not coming back. These stupid people, when I was friends with them people, I was like, these tariffs is not going to work how y'all think. They're like, but we need stuff made in America. I'm like, you don't even want to pay the motherfucker flipping your burger a decent wage.
Oh,
Why
that's
would
yeah.
you can't afford made in America? You can't, because who is gonna want to work for $2 an hour? Not I. No one will. And guess what? Shit just gonna have to break, because we go either we go get fucked up with this food supply situation. Like the black farmer said, it was real. She sent in she had 2 videos that had information from her. And even the truck drivers are noticing that their pallets are becoming less and less. So all the people that knew the writing was on the wall, because my husband was kind of like, it's too early to tell. I'm like, it ain't too fucking early to tell this motherfucker. This was like the first day of his presidency. I was like, we're going to be fucked for a while. And now he sees it. I had to show him that, like, we gotta keep stocking up, because I don't want to be caught with our pants down. Because we need food.
Yeah.
So, when you're hungry, you're gonna comply with anything. People in North Korea, people don't realize that a lot of those people are starving to death. Like, these people are starving, but he has them so cut off from the rest of the world that you would never even, it's like a black hole.
Yeah. They don't even know what's happening.
Yeah. The only time we get info is when somebody defects to South Korea or whatever, and get on TV talking about what's going on. There was like soldiers there that were really undersized. Like, I'm talking about under 5 feet tall, I believe. Like, he might have been 5 something. He had parasites because there's no food. Everything is going to the Kim Jong-un. He the only fat person in that country.
Him and his fat ass daughter.
Yeah, they eating good over there. So, my fear was that Trump is going to try to do that. But lately, I've been so at peace with whatever is coming, because the world is watching, and Americans have guns to go kill people. These people, Americans, are not the ones to piss off. We are inherently a paranoid country with distrust of our government, which I think is healthy, a certain level of distrust, because that's what makes you keep them accountable. But when you got these QAnon nuts and MAGA nuts running around just blatantly lying, and then when you start to point out the bullshit that Trump is doing, they try to spin it like he's some genius. He's fucking illiterate. He's stupid. He literally is dumb. And I think he's dumb and old and crazy now, because he don't even make sense. He don't even remember the shit that he signed, because now I don't remember that. And it's like, you signed the shit, motherfucker, the last time.
Yeah.
But Kamala, I see she started to make her appearance. She said, I'm not here to tell you I told you so. But she did told us so. So, all the things that he said he was going to do, he's doing. That's probably why Democrats are so unbothered right now, because they're like, we knew he was going to do this.
Yeah.
If you got any understanding of basic economic fundamentals, you knew what was coming. You knew your 401k was going to go down. I'm 34, so I ain't retiring no time soon. I probably will have to work until they put me in the grave, which is fucking sad. But that's just where we going to be at. Like, all these people that thought they was going to retire, all these farmers that sitting here crying, bitch, you saw what he did to you the last time. Y'all didn't even recover from that.
Nope.
And black farmers, according to the black farmer that went into sent the info to Bourbon Bougie, she was like, we didn't get any of those grants or anything, so we just been doing what we got to do. And I'm like, all that 40 acres in the mule, that was supposed to go to black farmers.
Yes.
And we didn't get shit.
That's a piece of history. That's why they want to cut all the history out. All of that homestead bullshit was our 40 acres and a mule. They ain't
exactly.
They're supposed to be the black farmers throughout the Midwest. Hello?
Yeah. And had we got that, we probably would have been really doing well in rural areas farming, because right after slavery, we're sharecropping. So I come from a long line of farmers. And then they brought their asses to Chicago and Detroit and said, fuck that shit. They got tired of running from these Ku Klux Klan members and being poor, even though they work in back-breaking labor. So, I might be a city girl, but this city girl gonna have some food growing in this backyard over here with my dogs. And that's just what we gonna have to do. We gotta make the most of the space we have to feed ourselves, because the thing that scares me is my parents or my in-laws not having food because they can't go to the store and just go buy groceries because there's food shortages. And I'm like, Rob, I want to make enough so if our parents need some shit, we ride up there with some shit, because that would break me. That would make me crazy and make me lose my fucking mind. My grandmother's still living. She got 3 kids that she adopted. I don't want them to be having to deal with no bullshit like this. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta put, what is it, the bootstraps or whatever? Fuck the bootstraps. We just need to get our hoes and plows out and get to the ancestors and ask them for some damn answers to this shit, because it's about that time. Like it's cyclical. 100 years ago, they dealt with this shit. The good thing about now is we got cell phones and proof and videos where we see each other. We say hey to the cousins in Africa all the time now via these cell phones. You could get garden advice. You could get all kind of information right here on this YouTube on how to set up a victory garden. And we don't need it. Even the farmers on Reddit, I be looking through Reddit. They even are like, what are we gonna do? And so I'm on the lookout for the next video from the black farmer, because she said she was going to meet us because they're trying to figure out how the fuck they're going to feed us. That is scary. The farmers are saying this. And China said, kiss my ass, because they get a lot of our soybean. And they ain't gonna have nowhere to send that shit. They're not getting paid. Even here in my state, we are a huge, big ass farmland. My husband took a trip up to our hometown and came back. He said, Laisha, the 2 hours of driving, the farm fields were barren. Like, there has not been any movement on crops or anything. And we went through a drought last year where their corn yields were really low. So I think that we gonna have to regionally pull together, like form like a green book with groceries, because this is gonna be a fucking long ass ride for us. It's been 3 months and I'm tired as hell. I felt like this motherfucker been here this whole 4 years. I'm like, well shit, he been bothering us for 10 fucking years.
The fact that we're back to green books is fucking crazy.
It might save us though, because it always has.
And no white wife can't come.
Yeah, you gotta live your.
Put that out there for the niggas in the back.
I mean, listen, it's time to handle a lot of stuff in house now. We cannot being a break on this. We have to stand strong. And I mean, all black people. I'm learning me some Creole so I can talk to the Haitians over here. You already know I speak Spanish, so I be talking to these people, and you just gotta form community. Yeah, we do need a green book, and there's a site called This Ain't. It's called The Nile. It's like This Ain't Amazon. This The Nile. Okay. And it lists black everything: grocery stores, farms, clothing stores, everything. You in New York, so I bet y'all got a lot more black owned shit than over here in the Midwest, where it's country as hell. But yeah, start looking at that. Small businesses, just redirecting your dollar before the dollar becomes useless. So, I hope none of that happens. I hope worst case scenario is we just ignore this fool. And we make it through this bumpy 4 years with him, even though he has been. This is like the ex-husband from hell, like the obsessed ex-husband. He is crazy. He is punishing us because he did not win 2020. That's why he don't give a fuck about his supporters, because he feels like it's your fault that I didn't get my second term. So he's over here giving his ass to kiss to his stupid ass supporters, and they are all in his butt crack at this point. So let them keep their head in his butt crack, and we just must persevere we shall overcome, and all those other beautiful Negro spirituals that we used to sing back in the day. So that's all I got. When I see that other video drop, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. I meant to message you, but then
videos, but I didn't watch it this morning because I've been running around. So I'll probably
yeah. She got the black farmer lady on there. It was very damning and scary to hear it, but we kind of already saw what was coming. So
we got our beans and our rice that we stacking up.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Buy y'all some seeds. I mean, they out there. Hey, get on YouTube. It's a really cute channel. The suburban urban homestead. It's a couple, their husbands, and they got their shit on there popping in Florida. They got mango trees. They got all kind of shit. I was like, well, damn. They got it going on, and they got quail. They got them some quails, so their quail is hatching. It's really nice and refreshing and fun to watch, and they doing the damn thing. So check them out. Check out any of these people. Yeah, y'all. It's we gotta, boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground and grandma up.
Yeah, and I'm over here crocheting, trying to get this yarn before I burn it all because I'm sick of it right now. So y'all have a good one, and thanks for having me, Jovi. See you later.
Of course. All right, we got Devon. He came back to pop up in real quick. Hey, D.
Hey, darling. I had to come back up here because I forgot to tell you because you were looking for hydroponics.
Yes.
So you can on the TikTok store, they have hydroponics there. You also have Temu, they have hydroponics there on DHgate as well as Alibaba or AliExpress, whatever you want to call them. But again, those are that's coming from China. Now, what China is doing, they have a network, so they can actually have their stuff sent to Vietnam and Vietnam to avoid the tariff.
Didn't I say that shit on Friday? Didn't I say they thinking, they cool with Vietnam, but the Asians will always be like this, no matter what's going on.
It's not just the Asian. What it is good planning. It's good leadership. Yeah. They understood since the first Trump administration. Okay, we need a backup plan. The assumptions that were made by this Trump administration that everybody wants to be a part of the American network, or they're part of the to sell their goods here. And so they cater here. That's the miseducation, again, of white people. Thinking that, hey, if you want to play in our yard, you have to pay tariffs. That's what he was talking. That's his goal. Yeah. And what he's been doing, he has his bank deals going on to where he's getting a cut. He's getting monies from all of these people, these quote unquote 75 countries he can't name. So yeah, there is some backroom dealing, but I wanted to also touch on the black farmers. The black farmers were excluded from the COVID relief.
Yeah.
And then when Biden tried to make it right, it was the white farmers that sued so that the black farmers couldn't get made whole from being excluded from the first time. Yep. So I'm sorry, Nebraska. I'm sorry, Dakota. Y'all can go to hell. I hope they sell your farm, that family farm. And look at what they were doing. They were being paid not only from the USD aid to grow wheat to sell, to give to other countries, basically to sell to other countries, but they also received tax subsidies to not sell or to not grow other products. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and that's what they were living off. What do we call that again? Yes, it's welfare.
Welfare.
Okay, you've been cut off.
Shaquana ain't never get nothing like that.
No, Shaquana, Dontavius now, they ain't getting all of that.
Never, ever.
Okay, Dontavius over here working at the Amazon warehouse for $10, $20, and he still need an EBT card. Shaquella and them over there at the Walmart, they're getting barely 35 hours so that Walmart does not have to give them full-time benefits. Mm-hmm. Shaquella has to get EBT and all of this TANF.
Yeah.
Okay, because of the skyrocketing of all of the prices for housing. So there were simple things, of course, Biden could have done, but again, Those types of Democrats, they think the market is going to self-correct. This is greed, and right now you have out the helm yet again a 1980s style manager where greed was good. We're dealing with the old 1980 New York managers from back in the day. That's what Donald Trump is. They didn't give a damn about a labor or a law. Okay, so but aside from that, the main reason why China has thrived in the last 40 years, and I will say this, I'm going to tease some people off, but it is the absence of religion. Their focus is on science. Their focus is on building. And yes, the People's Republic of China is a communist state, but this is the first communist state that actually worked. Why? Because they refused to allow all of the money and resources to go to the oligarchs. And in reverse, that's what we did. And we have a stark difference in what is working and what has not worked. So at some point, the American people are going to have to, I'm sorry, I don't see enough starving white people. I need to see more starving white people, homeless white people. I need to see going out of business sales on all of their stores. And I doubt they're still going to get it because as long as they have black people to say, oh, well, it's your problem. Well, right now they're doing that to the Latinos. It's the migrant workers that travel from Venezuela to come and pick your avocados. That's the problem, child. Not this white man that just you voted in office for the last 50 years and he got rich at the same time that your state got poor. Mitch McConnell. Okay, so that's where I'm at with it. I need to see white people in desperate need. And I'm still not going to show any favor or any sympathy or empathy. I'm sorry, only apathy for you. May your racism keep your belly full. May your racism, whatever those black farmers have, and the black farmers have to survive. That's why they're thriving right now, because they weren't getting nothing.
Yeah, they were getting nothing anyway. So they fine. That's what they don't understand about our black people. We've been living this bullshit.
Thank you.
Anyway, we've been living this shit. Y'all just feeling how we living.
That's why we're unpressed and unbothered. They over here. Oh, we're going to have the march on April 5th. Good luck with that. We've been marching for 400 years now, y'all. And we ain't seen y'all in any of our marches. So good luck with that. Okay, we are unpressed and unbothered because why? We wasn't getting nothing to begin with. Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathies for these white people. Die. Okay, that's all they can do for me right now. Starve to death. Okay, that's what you wish for my people for all these many years. Yeah. And yet we're still the rose that grew from the concrete. And here you are wiltering and just you're being reaped what you sowed. You're reaping what you sowed. China's over there living, and they are very, and look, China has its own problems as far as race and anti-blackness. I'm not going to skip over that. But what I will say is they are a monoracial state. You only have Asians for the 99% of that population is Asian. Okay. And I saw last year where you had and I'm in on that. I saw last year where you had a racist white man go over there and he barely could get out the airport, barely get off the airplane good. And he wanted to be Mr. Kevin. Thinking, oh, well, something with the big dogs, and got checked by an Asian man. When the Asian man said, no racism here. You won't be doing it here. Welcome to China. And he calmed all the way down. Okay. What you're seeing now is a correction. People are tired of the American gravitas. America, we're better than everybody else. And look, the emperor has no clothes. Look at them. They're sitting over there. Look at Mississippi. Look at Alabama. Look at parts of Texas. Look at parts of damn Nevada. Look at parts of California. Okay? Y'all sitting over here, and that's what happened. The worst thing they did was when that TikTok shutdown happened. Because that's when everybody started going to whatever that is.
Red Note.
And then the Chinese people was like, baby, who will pass it? Who working in the field? Oh no! How much y'all pay that much for school?
Yeah.
Your rent is what? Oh my God! Let me send you a basket.
Yeah. And even when they send their kids over here, they funding it.
Yeah.
The state funding it.
It's this miseducation in the media is a major part of it. Okay, because it's all centered around white comfortability, and that is what's crashing out right now. The white people, you've been found out to be lazy. Elon Musk called you lazy.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, okay, that was the beginning of his downfall. Him and Vivek Ramaswamy, okay, was when they called white people lazy. I had to make a
They
video
told the truth, but these white people lost their mind.
They lost their everlasting mind. It was a beautiful thing to see. Black people, yes, we have our issues, but the propaganda for too long, the lie, the defamation against Black people, that we don't work, that we don't, yeah, we build Calabasas. Okay, it was Black men, building Calabasas because they were too busy getting discriminated against over in Beverly Hills. They couldn't buy anything in Beverly Hills. That's why you have Calabasas. Okay, now mind you, he did go over there and build up Calabasas for his precious white woman. Okay, but they have the capacity to build. They just don't want to build for Black women. At this point, Black women, be concerned about you. You've been making it happen. 92%. The stat does not lie. You were right yet again, and they didn't listen yet again. At some point, when you tell them to stay your ass out my kitchen, and you go in there and you burn yourself, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now the white people done burned themselves 3 times. I just need them to die at this point. You that's what you voted for. You're gonna starve to death. I know you're gonna starve to death because they've made massive cuts to free lunch. They've made massive cuts to TANF and EBT benefits. I've been seeing all of these polar bear body built white women on the TikTok over here complaining about $2,000 in food stamps. I was like, who giving you $2,000 food stamps?
$2,000 food stamps.
How the hell you get 2,000 food stamps?
I ain't never heard that shit in my life, not in the hood. Oh my Lord.
And she had to pay back 10,000. Who gave you 10,000? That's over a period of 30 years, you think? 20? 6 months.
6 months.
So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at all the many Black women, the ones who do get EBT, but they're working. This is your working poor.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're still paying taxes. Even when you get those tax credits from the government, you're still paying taxes. Okay, you're subsidizing these white people to sit up here and live fat off on the hog and get as big as one with faces of damn hippopotamuses. And want to fix their thin mint ass lips. They Girl Scout thin mint cookie lips, thin mint ass lips to say that they feel some type of way when they see you prospering. They feel some type of way when they see you happy.
Yeah.
Okay. So and Black women, you have to go on your own right now because your Black men are not prepared to go where you need to go.
They ain't.
Okay. So I don't know what to tell you. A lot of these men, they look like they smell like pee. They're over here on the damn YouTube with a microphone. That's one damn thing I'm happy about. We ain't gonna be seeing all these damn sales on the Amazon for these damn podcast microphones. Okay. So that's all I have to say. I know you gotta go. I gotta use the restroom. Long-winded, but yeah, we have to start to act in a measure collectively as Black people that we were never the problem.
We weren't.
Yeah, we have our issues, but no greater than any other issues. And the way these white people is crashing out, I don't understand what the hell you needed $2,000 in EBT benefits for, girl. Where the hell is all of it? You eating $2,000 worth of food a month? That's why you look like a damn polar bear now. On that note, y'all have a good day. I'm gonna get back to work.
Bye, Divide. Oh Lord, Divide. Divide was coming up here to tear it up again one more time. She said China just create. Yeah, they like the religion and kill y'all niggas every time. Like China, of course, they got religion, but they got science. And they're not taking science books out of schools and replacing them with Bibles. Anyway, we are the best. We are the greatest. I'll sit here and I'll stand on it. We are the best this country ever had and ever will have, and everyone knows it. Like all of our callers have said before, if you do not comprehend that, you need to start working on you. I hope you get your downloads to fully comprehend. Like I said, without us, this whole shit would crash. Shit can't work without us, and their ignorance is the reason that we are a third world country. Okay, you want to know why America is the third world country? It is because of the white Americans in it. All right, now I'm done. I gotta go use the restroom. I'm gonna see if I might not come back. I may drop a video or two about Carmelo and everything else. But like I said, go follow me on my IG if you do not already. I will be posting pictures today. I will be attending the Sinners premiere. Okay, I got my tickets. So it's today. So I will be posting pictures. Okay, I gotta go look like something. All right, give me a minute. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see if I can get them hot. If I can get those fucking things that grow, I'm gonna bring them in. I'm gonna see what I can do in the next week or two. Fuck these tariffs. They opened it up and we are about to cake. Okay. All right. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it.